It's
All right,
back.
we saved it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, P. Hahn
All
shot me
right,
down.
Hold,
yeah.
hold up, hold up.
Let's see. Refresh. Let's see what's going on. Okay, the stream.
It went away again.
Yeah, because I ended it. Let me refresh.
If you did it twice, then it might have
No, I just
started
did
a
it
new
once.
one.
All I did it once.
Yeah, it started a new one.
Oh, god damn, man. The streaming gods be hating.
They did laughing. They said they got me some.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to back out and go back in.
No, we're
No,
good.
we good. We just waiting
Just
for.
keep going. It's just part 2 at this point.
Yeah, it's part 2.
Okay.
God damn.
Yeah, so I don't know what part it cut me off at, but
You would talk. You got the late in, and then you were at when people were gone, and hold on one second. I'm just waiting to see. Yeah, now I saw the finished joint. Sorry, I just want to see the stream back up on. Okay, there you go.
No, it's back
yeah,
up.
it's back
Okay,
up.
yep, I see it now. I see it.
I'll do all the back end stuff.
Thank you, I
Keep going.
appreciate it. Jesus,
Yeah.
holy son, man, YouTube, bro, what's up? Anyway, and make sure the monetization's off and all that. But anyway, continue, King. I'm sorry, I don't know where we got cut.
Yeah, I don't know where I got cut up at. But at the end of the day, Game Pass as for the consumer, it's highly
Yeah, that's where you're
beneficial.
going. The consumer.
Yeah, it's highly beneficial for the consumer. Now, talking for the developers. Developers that are inside the service that use the service has said that the service has gotten their views on said title to greater heights. They also said that without Game Pass, some of them would not have been able to get their games over the line. So I can say Game Pass. I'm not saying that Game Pass doesn't have a downside to it. Like Addict said, some people may say, well, I'll wait for it to hit Game Pass. Well, see, with Game Pass, you come into something that has a built-in backlog. If you've never had a backlog, once you pay your $20, automatically you got hundreds of games that go inside your backlog that you've never played that you got a chance to play and test. Now, some people said, like Machine Game said, that some people jump in, play for 5 minutes, and walk away.
Right.
Well, what you need to do is make a compelling game. When you make a compelling game, people sit there and play your game all the way to the end.
So Indiana Jones is not a compelling game.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is his game sold. What he's saying is the grazing effect. When you go to a buffet, you just don't zero in on one food option. When you go to a buffet, anybody that's been to a buffet, you actually go out there, dibble and dabble until you find something that you actually like, and then you kind of base your meal around what you actually like. But on your way to getting to what you like, you're going to dibble and dabble all the way across around the boards. Now, maybe you get a smaller portion instead of getting a larger portion. This is the benefit of Game Pass. The benefit of Game Pass allows you to graze in that manner. Now, not every game is going to be afforded the Game Pass bag. Not every game is going to be inside Game Pass. There are studios and companies that are fighting to get their game inside Game Pass, especially unknown first-time IPs.
Right.
Those IPs use Game Pass as eyes to get that metrics out there. Yeah, they're going to sell someplace else, but they get these, we say 37 million, close to 41 million individuals that's inside Game Pass, be it core, standard, or the ultimate, to see this. Now, when people say that there's tension about,
Let's get to that.
the tension comes, and I got to be kind with this because they are no longer with the company. Now, I've always said this. The reason why I love Muhammad Ali so much is because when he was a champion, they told him the U.S. Army drafted him to go fight in the Korean War, and he said no. Well, he went to jail. He stood on his principles, and he said he's not going to go fight somebody that didn't do anything to him, and he refuses to pick up arms against his brothers. And he stood on business. He didn't wait till he wasn't champion to stand on business. He stood on business at that moment. Now, I know this episode is going to probably be the stand on business episode.
Yeah, clearly.
But when individuals had the opportunity to stand up and be heard, largely, they didn't say a word.
Can I interject for a second? From what
Yes.
I heard, said individual who made said comment was one of the ultimate stand on business and was willing to for what I heard, not allow his people to be laid off and allow his salary to be taken so that others may live.
Yeah,
that's what I heard in the streets.
That's a wonderful thing. Nintendo does it all the time.
Yeah, but that's a Japanese company. You don't see that in an American company, sir.
Yeah. Listen,
so we're not going to minimize someone sacrificing their position and their role
that's a
for
wonderful
the
thing.
Benefit of the company.
That's a wonderful thing.
I've got confirmation, and Atticus got confirmation for multiple people on said person.
That's a wonderful thing. And I appreciate you for doing that. And I'm pretty sure that the other people that you sacrifice yourself for appreciated it as well. Should have stood on business saying Game Pass didn't work. But maybe, and I said it before, when people aren't in lockstep, they tend to disappear. If you're not moving with the herd and you're moving against the stream and you're causing the tension and the friction, well, Game Pass seems to be doing great. ABK seems to be doing fantastic. Redfall is finally completed. And a lot of the projects that were over at Xbox and ABK are actually getting done, or if they don't live up to expectations, like Arcane Austin, they got to be closed. I feel that when standing on business about Game Pass, be vocal when you're working there. You can't.
They did that. This person did.
No, I didn't hear it publicly.
But it was in FCC documents. We saw it.
It was
a challenge. What are we doing?
Yeah,
and this is before the model that went multi-plat when they were doing that. This was a person that stood on business during the thing.
Talking behind the lines.
I need that soundbite from Mortal Kombat. Fight.
Yeah, right. Listen,
but we have evidence.
No. That's FTC documents or like emails.
Okay.
Right. I'm talking about. This is public, right? What was said now, right?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
So he was supposed to publicly challenge the company.
In my opinion,
when he was doing the same thing.
In my opinion, the emos are more better than what he's saying in public because they're not PR speaking; they're talking amongst each other.
He's going directly at you. He's going directly at the person that's making it. Y'all bugging.
And listen, and the tension is going.
Right.
And looking fantastic right now. The best at the service. Game Pass is the best. Now, the reason why the industry that is in. I believe that battle passes that companies can't do what Game Pass does. That day and date thing.
The stream is bugging again. I'm sorry, King.
It dropped again?
Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. Keep getting an error. YouTube not receiving enough video.
I already know what they're doing. They shutting us down.
This is frustrating, y'all. I don't know what it is. It's saying, it's going from it's.
Hey, look back.
Yeah, but it's like it's back and forth errors now. All right, we'll just keep talking.
Just keep going.
Let's back.
I'm sorry, Ken. I keep interrupting you.
Yeah,
I just wanted to let you know. That's all.
No, listen. Regardless to what, I think live service games does a lot more harm than Game Pass would ever do. Now, Game Pass has done harm to the Xbox brand. Right. And in doing so, you have trained the people that buy Game Pass, that are in Game Pass, to wait for Game Pass.
Right.
Opposed to purchasing games. Now, also, you have started training them to buy the upgrade package to get the game a couple of days earlier. That helps out. And we found out with Revenge of the Savage Planet helps out tremendously with these developers with their games getting these early packages. So they're finding their way. Game Pass is in its infancy, and it's going to be around as long as Xbox is around because Xbox is the platform. Microsoft understands that. And I noticed that Shaun Layden said, and he removed this because before the question was, is it sustainable?
Right.
Now he says, and the question is not if it's sustainable. Of course, you're going to say that now that Satya came out and said they made $5 billion in one financial period. Now the talking points and goalposts are being
moving. Okay.
Right. You're going to be against it regardless to what, because what you're seeing is the demise of somebody that you love. What I want to know, and what would be my biggest question is,
talk to me.
What level of loyalty do you have when they didn't show that level of loyalty to you? I always felt that him, Jack Tretton, Shohei, those guys were the untouchable, was the embodiment of everything that was PlayStation. And honestly, when y'all guys aren't there, they don't look the same. And instead of championing that part, instead of talking about that part, it's still like you feel like you still stuck in this console war and thing, like you were in the opposition. No, you actually work for a company that makes games that goes on that platform. So you're a partner in a sense. And I just find it kind of strange that every time you turn around, they're talking down on Game Pass. If it's somebody that doesn't work for the company any longer, or it's an ex-Sony employee or a current. So if you're current, have at it. But ex-Sony, I'm like, that's kind of strange. But regardless to what we've seen as it is sustainable, those questions is out the window now. No longer can you say that part. Now you're going to say, is it harmful to the industry? You can't quantify that. That is unquantifiable, and that's a talking point that they're going to stick with until it shows that Game Pass has fostered many more growth in the industry. I don't know how many people, and this is the reason why I can say Game Pass is good for the industry. I don't know what service allows you the same level of access to AAA titles, AA titles, single A titles, and indies that Game Pass does for the cost that Game Pass is. It allows you to stream, play anywhere on any device. I don't know who does that with that level of value. So again, until they can meet that metric, I say that those subscription services are harmful because they're not meeting at least the basic level of what Game Pass brings to the industry. They bring a different level of eyes, they bring a level of care to the customer, and they deliver above and beyond for that $19.99. I'm just saying, as an Xbox owner, as a Game Pass Ultimate, not core, not
yes, we know.
Gotta let y'all know.
Yes.
As a Game Pass Ultimate user, and have been that way since they made that tier, I see the difference when I go look at other services. And to me, the other services are more harmful because they don't offer the same thing, but they're asking for the same money.
Interesting. No, I hear you. Can't deny your consumer.
When did we start shaving on entry point of Game Pass? Like, when did that start happening? Like,
today.
Yeah, today. You missed out. You missed out.
Well, since Silk Song came out, I had to let dudes know. Like, they was like, Silk Song is out, not for you. Like, not for you.
Yeah, we're velvet roping. Game Pass.
But I'm just saying what the industry is doing.
Anyway, Sav is back. Hopefully the stream remains. But Sav, this is a lot of comments. Pete is outside. He was asked about his time. He's asked about subscription services, developer attention. Then obviously we saw Shaun later echo what Pete said. We see Shannon Loftus echo what Pete is saying. And then obviously we had a couple of comments from Machine Games in terms of, how they think about games with Game Pass. So what do you feel about what Pete is describing?
I think when you talk about this stuff, you always have to make the distinction between how you feel as a consumer and how you feel as, somebody putting games into that service. So for me, speaking as a consumer, I couldn't care less what. Right. The consumer part of me says, you're giving me this, and King broke it down beautifully right there at the end. He broke down the value for $19.99 or whatever it is now. I don't even look at it. It's actually for me, I don't get to use it as much as I should be using it. So I'm not getting the value out of it. But for what it provides for that price point as the consumer, I don't care how you got there. You got there, and as long as it's there, I'm gonna have it probably. Now the things that Pete is talking about, I can understand because it goes back to the argument of like, okay, because you can do something doesn't mean that you should necessarily, because there are repercussions in other areas. And I've always thought this, even as I have, whatever, banked 2-3 years of Game Pass. But I've always thought there's like a subscription service is tough for an artistic endeavor like games, because it's not like a movie that you film it over the course of a couple of months, and very quickly it becomes a product that is that feels more homogenized. It's something that comes out, quickly, that you can put into a service like that and you kind of churn out in a way that games just aren't and never have been and never will be, right? So the idea of putting all of these games that take multiple years to put together, to develop, multiple millions of dollars to bring to market, and to put it into a service like this, from the business side of it, from the creative side of it, I can understand how that feeling is like, well, this thing that I'm working on for the better part of a decade of my life, the true value of it out in the open is never really going to be seen because of the way these metrics work now and how we look at success now, right? As opposed to, what it's traditionally been was just, hey, the game comes out, sales, how does it sell on all these multiple platforms and this, that, and the other. The metric has changed. So it's hard to quantify that. Like King was saying, it's a hard thing to quantify about, hey, this doesn't necessarily suit the developer very well. Because as Shannon Loftus said, there are certain...
It says no data, the stream will end shortly. No data, the stream will end shortly unless you restart. And
keep going. Something's clearly wrong.
Something on their end.
It keeps.
And now it's back. It keeps fixing itself. Just keep going. We're just gonna keep going.
Okay.
Did you have the update that I had when I logged in
for your YouTube?
Yeah, I had an update for YouTube.
I ain't seen no update.
No, I didn't see a YouTube update. Yeah, but I'll just continue and see if it's there.
We'll just see. Yeah. Dopest conversation ever. This time.
Yeah. So to me, it's
taking me out of my thought.
It's a conversation that has multiple facets to it, and all of which are valid. Of which are valid. And for me, it goes back to the argument of like, hey, when the business infringes too much on the art, this is always going to happen. Where it's like you're going to have so many people looking at the same issue from different perspectives and have different needs and wants. Like obviously the money people at Microsoft, they're saying it's profitable. It's profitable. Cool. How does that affect the people that are putting the games in it that quote unquote make it profitable? Right. So it's like what I think what Pete's saying is that like nobody's looking at it from this side and everybody's staying quiet about it. When I was in there, I didn't stay quiet about it. What I said kind of fell mostly on deaf ears, and I made the decision to walk away, right? Because I don't fundamentally believe in it as something that can coexist with the artistic aspect of what we do, and the importance of the monetary aspect of it within Microsoft, right? It was like those two things were going to continue to clash and butt heads. So
tension.
There you go, tension. So again, it's one of those arguments that it's for me, as like I said, the consumer part of me does not care. If it goes away one day, it goes away one day. I got what I could out of it the time that it was around, and then if it's not here, it's not here. But I'm not gonna woe is me about what you do to get me those games at $20 a month or whatever the case. I'm not going to do that. But obviously, as somebody who talks about the industry and looks at it and understands that there are human beings behind this, I have always felt that a subscription service for art that requires this much time, commitment, and money behind it, it's weird. It has to be a weird situation to getting it into this service that feels like something that's kind of on a conveyor belt, right? And just speaking on how I perceive Game Pass, like I said, I don't have the time to play all the games that come into the service. I'm definitely not getting the most out of the service. But even as somebody who perhaps
At one time
was
had
able
your
to
own
get
Game Pass service for the 360.
Exactly.
You had your own service model.
360 and prior. It does, like I got that feeling from Game Pass. Like it was so much that even the stuff that I really wanted to play with in the service,
you jumped out.
You jumped in and you jumped out. And in a way that was totally different from a game that I went to the store, purchased, even if it wasn't like my favorite game. But I went in, I purchased this game.
That value proposition.
The value proposition is different. I'm going to give it the time and the effort because my hard-earned went into it.
Right.
In the same way that, again, it's still my hard-earned going into Game Pass, but it's not 60 or 70 or 80 bucks at a shot. It's 20 a month. It's this drip feed of money that I'm giving them for this value. But for whatever reason, my mind tells me, it's going to be there. Especially first-party games. Especially their first-party games, I'm like, oh, well, it's never going away, right? It's going to be there.
It's going to be there.
And as a consumer, that's a mental thing, but it is true. So as you know, if I can see somebody who develops games seeing that and being like, damn, like I'd rather get the zeitgeist moment in sales that I know the person spent their hard earned on this. They're going to give it the real shot. They're going to, you know, even if it's a 7 to them or an 8 to them, they paid their hard earned. They'll probably play more of it as opposed to, oh, I'm going to play it. The full release is out in Game Pass, but in my mind, it's still a glorified demo. And I play it for an hour and I'm like, and I'm done with it, you know? And this game costs, you know, whatever, $80 million, $100 million to make over the course of 7 years. And somebody's just kind of flipping it off like that. So I understand those arguments. They're all valid. I don't know the solution to it. Like the solution is, Pete's asking the business people to not think like business people, and it's never going to happen. And you know, that's a sad thing, but that's the reality of gaming and the business of gaming now. I do think those things are only going to continue to butt heads even more.
It's like they're diametrically opposed.
Opposed, 100%.
Yeah, I'll jump in. This is a great discussion. I like stuff like this because you know, you get different perspective. And look, for the record, I know where King is coming from. And all I will say, being respectful, I will say that.
I was.
No, not saying that you're not. No, I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about, you know, obviously, it feels like Shaun has been beating this drum for a while in reference to this, right? And, you know, to his credit, this is an OG.
I just think he's greater than that.
Right, he's an OG. But look, to his defense, you know, you come from the way the industry's run for a certain way for so many years, right? And I get that. I guess my pushback towards him was just that, because I think we had this conversation on Defining Duke, which was like, I get what you're saying. First, we obviously they've got Xbox jumped ahead of the profitability thing, which was the initial argument, right? Sustainability, they jumped ahead. Then the conversation shifted to, well, you could jigger the books however you want, right? Then
that was crazy.
That kept on going. Then we got to where we are now, which is kind of like, okay, Pete is saying something that I echo, and which is a little bit of a different discussion about, you know, developer help. You know, he kind of saw this coming a while away, and now, you know, he's kind of echoing those sentiments. The only reason why I did push back a little bit is because when it came to value, we do agree that there was tons of video games that without Game Pass's inclusion, obviously we see Hollow Knight right now. We see Expedition 33 is a great example, right? Where it's like, we may not even known about this game, right? But because it's on the stage, it's on the storefront next to all these major titles, you go, wow, okay, you know. And then there's the examples of games, let's just be honest, that we wouldn't, I'm just going to speak for me. There's no way I'm even knowing about the Altars without Game Pass. There's no way I'm knowing about Kunitsigami Path of the God, which actually Xbox themselves help fund to get the game off the ground, because Capcom didn't even have enough to get they funded that game. I did a podcast with Colin about that. He even said like that is commendable. Then we got, you know, Ninja Gaiden 4, right? We see, you know, them Xbox jump in.
Oh, that was crazy.
Phil jump in and say, hey, you know, Platinum and Team Ninja have been talking for years. They've been the CEO's been best friends for years, but nothing can happen and no Ninja Gaiden come. And then, okay, boom, let's do 2 Black. Get that going, right? And then boom, now here comes a new. So there's a lot of examples of great visibility and projects existing just for the sheer existence of it. Now, I do want to get to the elephant in the room where Peter's going. Now, look, I'm a little different. I'm a little biased for Pete. I'll admit for First Street. Like I like Pete Hines a lot. Like every party that I know that's in the building speak very highly of him. He's a person, from what I was told, very straight shooter, very honest, die on the sword kind of guy. And I did hear things about, you know, when things went down over there, that he was the one that kind of bit his business. And he was the one during the Game Pass exclusivity phase, you know, would be like, hey, why are we doing this? And I could get it from a standpoint of, if you're Bethesda And what was they? They used to be save six, player one, right? That was their mantra, player one. I can understand where you like, okay, in a save, we're the player one studio, right? Our games are not really live service multiplayer games, right? So now you're telling us not to get that retail bag that we would normally get by putting all our stuff onto your joint. Like, I don't get this. And I think it's a fair argument that he was right, because eventually they kind of capitulated, because let's be real, when the business update happened and they said 4 games are coming over, right? I told y'all at that point, I was like, oh, it's a wrap, y'all. Pack it up. Game Pass is about to be out of here. They realized this whole business model is failed, and now they're going to be a publisher, and it's a wrap. But then Sarah the Queen that came out and fell in and say, I said, look, Xbox still means Game Pass. So like Addict said, they figured out a way. They were like, okay, we could keep Game Pass, right? It'll grow, stone. But we will get a social, which is basically now it's multi-plat. Everybody gonna get, so you go get that bread on PlayStation. It's a simultaneous release, but if you happen to be on the Xbox ecosystem, you get that. And this is how they, in my opinion, figured out a way. Because at that moment, to me, I thought Game Pass was up.
So, it was almost over.
Right. So to Pete's credit, right, he did kind of say, like, I don't know what y'all doing. Just get, if we continue at the way we do it. Now, this is where I kind of, in Pete's defense, he was like, look, I've been going a while and stuff like that, so I don't know what the climate is now, kind of thing. And I just think we're at an inflection point. The game industry is changing. And for a lot of OGs, it's going to be a struggle for them. And it's going to be a struggle to adapt to a model. Look, we had Ben Fakay on. Ben Fakay told us straight up, because we at Addict, we challenged him, we having fun, like, why Joe Versace ain't talking, more cinemas. And he's like, look, we got the data. 80-90% of these gamers skip cinemas.
Yeah.
What are you doing in the climate? Like, what are you doing in the climate? And I agree with Addict 100%. Free to play. Generation Z is not trying to buy $70, $80 nothing. They're not trying to buy consoles and all that. Like, they like, why? I can stay with my old joint, still play Fortnite, still do what I'm doing, what you doing. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm seeing Marvel Rivals just talk about putting out a PS4 version.
I don't like that.
That's what I'm trying to say. So what it's showing me is we are in this tension inflection point in the game industry we've never seen. People are not willing to move. Consoles are not getting cheaper.
They're going up in price.
They're going up. So now you like, dudes staying where they at. Mobile's on the rise. TikTok's, all these things to take attention from traditional gaming. So it feels like us, Generation X and everyone else, we got the most money. They're going to try to maximize us because we going to spend the most. But it's like, it's not growing in a way that they are used to it growing in a console world business. And I think that's where we are. Now, this to me is Pete's strongest argument. And this is where I do have a question. Well, my question is, I look at Obsidian, right? Now, if you look at Obsidian from a whole, you go, okay, damn, all right, we don't know how that did, but maybe it did well, right? Outer Worlds, right now, we're going to see if it got any motion, and it's kind of not getting as much motion. They brought the price down. We have to assume, I'm just assuming, pre-orders may have been soft for the 70, right? But then you look at them and you go, Grounded, right? You go, look at me, Adequate, look at the engagement on this game. It's insane, right? So they're figuring it out, right? So my whole thing is, it's like, I do worry if you're an Xbox first party studio, if you're a Compulsion, if you're a Ninja Theory, right? Yeah. And you don't make that, right? You make artistic, bespoke, cinematic stories, Dark and Compulsion, Hellblade with this very mental, high fidelity, but short cinematic. And you don't got no monetization, and you don't got no multiplayer, right? What is your perceived value in this ecosystem? How do you get to justify your existence and that you're doing well? Because what we were told before, like, yo, we want all that creativity because it allows, you have Call of Duty here, but then we have this artsy stuff here. Maybe the answer is just, hey, from now on, when South of Midnight 2 drop, it will be the Switch release, PlayStation release. Maybe the answer is that. You know what I'm saying? And we're in the transition. But I think it's a fair question that Peter said as far as like, how do developers who don't make those type of games, but that's just kind of one of them, right? Do you survive in that climate? So I think it is interesting. But I do agree, ultimately that would solve, which is the number one. I am a consumer first. Yeah. If Game Pass existed when we were growing up,
oh my god,
my god, like bro, just think about your groceries is wild expensive. People don't got money to be spending. Talk about there's 6 releases this month. What? We got to pay this bill. We got this rent. We got this we can't be talking about something that's the most pro-consumer friendly move, And again, here's the elephant in the room that gets me pissed off. This is the smallest ecosystem. It's one option. It's Game Pass. It's an option. It's a payment option. You can still buy the game. And out of the 3 ecosystems, it's the smallest. So I don't understand how Game Pass is elevated to it's destroying the whole industry when it's literally the smallest group that has this option.
And to your point,
right?
None of the other ecosystems do what Game Pass is doing.
Exactly.
So how is Game Pass either an influence or a destructive force?
I will give Shaun one minor little thing, which is like, okay, you could say because Game Pass is so disruptive, PlayStation was forced to do some kind of a competitor thing.
Isn't that good for the industry?
True, but then they may have done their numbers and like, oh, damn, this don't work for us. Because they've been on record like, we gave away, it didn't do good for us. You know what I'm saying?
I believe, honestly, they don't have the level of as many studios as Xbox. They're 2 different companies doing two different things.
Right.
And they cannot do it, right? I just feel that only Microsoft and Xbox's ace in the deck is day and date.
Right.
I think that's the only ace because none of the other Nintendo will never do it.
They will not.
And Sony can't do it.
Right.
Because the way that their business model is set up, they don't have the studios in order to do so.
Correct.
And I honestly and the reason why I say they don't have the studios in order to do so is they don't have the studios to make simultaneous releases at the same time.
Right.
Like to make an Xbox version, to make a Switch version, in order to get that money back.
Right.
Microsoft has made all of their studios, multifaceted studios, with dev kits from all other companies, all other ecosystems, including Nintendo, which send the dev kits out late. I wonder why.
That's a bit shiesty.
Shiesty stuff. But again, they are going to recoup money on something that would have been looked at as a dead sale.
Right.
Now, you got to look at it from the business aspect of it, right? And I'm pretty sure that Pete didn't look at it from just a pure business standpoint.
Right.
The pure business standpoint, because you eloquated this perfectly. You're able to purchase the games inside Xbox.
Correct.
Or you can have Game Pass. There's a lot of people that have Xbox that don't have Game Pass.
Correct.
Right? So they don't partake in whatever benefits that the Game Pass has.
We just got recent data that Helldivers people buy games on Xbox. They bought, according to the analytics, more Xbox guys bought Helldivers 2 in that launch week than PlayStation
does.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I would say is it's like because of the presence of Game Pass, the way that game is developed and the way the money around it is dealt with and talked about, it becomes part of the equation, right? Even if you don't participate in that part of the equation, it's a part of the equation that brings it to market.
True.
So it is whether you like it or not, it's involved in how that game is presented to you.
No, absolutely. I mean, okay, get at it. I'm sorry.
I say when it comes to like Xbox gamers buy games, they just don't buy Game Pass games. Well, why would they? Like, this service is literally implemented for a reason, for you to pay Microsoft money, and Microsoft has paid other people to get access to that content. Sure, does like Resident Evil 4 and all these other third-party games sell gangbusters, sell even close to PlayStation or the Switch? No, but they also have a fraction of the install base as well. So you can't expect them to be close to them because they don't have as many units out.
That part. It's the smallest ecosystem. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to beat the dead horse. But look, I got respect for the OGs. I don't want to be disrespectful, obviously, and stuff like that. But I do think part of this is an industry that is changing right before our eyes. It is a very harder way to adapt, in this business. And I get it, especially if you make those style of games. But again, this is for one ecosystem. To me, the people who I listen to a little bit more are people who are in this side of the ecosystem who are developing for that, because those people to me are dealing with it firsthand. And to Pete's credit, he's like, look, I don't have the updated information. I've been going for a while now. You know what I'm saying? Things are different. So, you know, that may have changed. But I think it's, like I said, it's worth a discussion. And I just thought it was interesting. But it's funny that, you know what I'm saying, again, we're hearing, the only thing I will push back and get the overall thing is that we're hearing this subscription services are like almost like this evil thing that is destroying the games industry. And again, I just want to be clear.
Well, I think a lot of people go off of like other industries too, because I know that like where I follow like, you know, Hollywood and a lot and like movies and stuff, like actors are always complaining about what the subscription service did to the you know, the entertainment industry over there. So I think people try to like project as well,
right? Because
I would blame COVID more than anything else.
But what it is also,
no, COVID's definitely. Here's the thing: these companies, a lot of industries dipped. They bombed during COVID. Gaming was one of the industries that surpassed everything, all milestones, everything. And I've been told firsthand by people in the know that they're not letting go of that money. To this day, they want more money than when they made when people was locked in their house for a month.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. It's a good discussion. And again, all I would say is, for me, like I said, I would not have played Khaleesi Bobby Path to Gavins. I would have played Planet Lorna. I would have played Expedition 33, Revenge of the Savage Planet. So many games I would never have played if it wasn't for the service. And, you know, to each his own. But you know, I just think we're in a transition point, and it's just going to be harder for the traditional model of people used to that way to continue to understand that this is how things are moving. So we'll see.
Yeah, and keep in mind, no one knows
where
this
it's
is a
go.
good move or not a good move. Like, but the thing is like, that's why I'm very big on like, like, look, like, you know, it's great for the consumer, but you know, you don't know the impact on the industry itself until years go by.
For sure. That's a great point. That's
until I see PlayStation and Nintendo do day and date, then I can tell you that it's destroying the industry.
Right.
But when one person is just sitting there destroying themselves, let them destroy themselves.
But
apparently they not.
But to your point, right? We were told that everything Xbox doing was the wrong thing, whether it was you know, coming with a lower price SKU, a Series S type SKU. We were told that multi-platform would destroy that. We've got early data that not only are people mimicking and copying that for their next generation thing, they're also now starting to flirt with putting their games otherwhere. So again, it's about how aggressive maybe Xbox is that makes people uncomfortable.
They don't like them.
But we can't deny that there's a track record of inflection points of where the industry went digital, hard drives, Xbox Live. Like, we have a track record of who's been moving the industry forward, and then other people piggyback. Now, you may not like their messaging. They may be terrible with their messaging. They may be like extra aggressive, whatever, but we can't deny. I don't think PlayStation's upset with Helldivers 2 right now on Xbox.
No,
I just don't get the impression. I don't get the impression.
I think they're looking at more. I don't know.
So we'll see. Anyway, let's get to Super Chats.
Let's get some more.
Right. I know we got cut off.
Did we miss Super Chats from the other channel?
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Want me to go back?
Yeah, if we can. If we try to get this.
I have the first thing here I see is a Cedric H member for 62 months.
Okay, what's the last thing you remember reading on the last stream?
Oh man, because I left for a couple of minutes, so I don't.
We don't know. We apologize if we
What's the first one over here? What's the first?
Cedric H member for 62 months. No, that's all.
What's the first super chat?
Bounty.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Okay, we did Forte, right?
Yeah. Forte, we did Forte. Chuckle, we did that one.
Okay. How many? There's like a billion Truckles. Like, King did one. Cog did one.
Truckle did the translation.
Did he do one on King and Cog?
No, I don't remember those.
No.
Yeah.
Right, I don't remember. He did the Solve and You Japanese translation ones.
We ain't doing that. There you go, Solve. I ain't trying to translate none of this. They're both fives.
Danze, yo, new chicken pansu.
Oh, yeah, no.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, whatever. What did he write what they meant after he said the Japanese thing?
No. There was one that I think he put it into just a regular chat. I saw that where he's like, it's in the regular chat. So I don't know
Chuckle, we apologize.
I put it
man.
in the ILP chat, so at least I guess read it. the way it comes, the way he's saying. I think he just want to hear you say other languages.
It's Saul got to read it because I can't read Japanese.
You put it in
our chat. Yeah, you put it in our chat.
Hold on a second. Let me look at
Saul
this.
was out of control.
Okay, Cog. Let me see. Some Baki stuff. No, that's not it.
No, that's me. That's me and Addict. That's me and Addict.
Cog. Dansei yo ni shikin pantsu wadoku de kaimasuka.
Okay.
King, and then it doesn't say what the translation is. Then there's king. It says boku no uina ni sweet kite.
No.
He's like, and again, he said the translations in the chat, so I don't know what that is.
Pause.
Okay, so yeah, on the second go around, we have Cedric H, member for 62 months, Lord Silver. Shout out to Cedric H, thank you. Then we have Bounty, member for 49 months, Lord Bronze. Them blood clots for Sony been fair.
Whoa!
Fire them, that's them, and talk bad about Game Pass. Them for dead. Them no have no respect and loyalty. Book.
This man doing too much.
He's looking for a drive-by. That's what he
live
wants.
from Kingston.
I think he wants a meteor.
Fire for that.
You know what's funny? The thing I thought about when I said that meteor thing was that Final Fantasy VII meteor.
Yes, the whole summit destroyed the whole.
Then we have Bounty once again, $10 super chat. Everything needs change, and a lot of people don't like it. That's the problem. Nobody wants to change, but when somebody does change, they fighting against it until they realize that change is good. Yeah, change is destructive. Yeah. Nobody wants that.
Put your game day and date on Xbox.
Then we have, oh no, it's Solid Alex, hashtag Banjay Tech TV, member for 19 months, Lord Bronze. All these Game Pass detractors need to go back in the bushes.
Back though.
Then we have Afropovic, £2 super chat. Without Game Pass, Xbox is dead. Good for the industry. Then we have Richie Torres MMA, $2 super chat. Cog, the Mets are unsustainable. Yes.
Heard.
Yeah.
Hopefully we still got a lead in the wild card.
Then we have Karma God 91, $2 super chat. King, how about them Jets?
Oh yeah, I heard. It was a good game though. It was like 35, 32. It was good.
Yo, on everything. My team, the season didn't start, bro.
Because it's day zero of your foosball. You know, I will accept the conversation.
We appreciate that.
Thank you for allowing us to talk about.
You're welcome.
Bobby Boucher, the Iron Rook, $5 super chat. Shout out to Cock for putting me on to Kunitsugami. So happy to have walked that path. Wouldn't have otherwise.
Love that game. What a beautiful.
Shout out to Game Pass.
Shout out to Game. Shout out to Phil and the tape on that one.
Yeah, but y'all want him fired though.
Yeah, I told you, anything that's gamer sensibilities, that's that team. I don't care what nobody say because the stakeholders don't agree with none of that stuff.
None of that, yeah, it's true. Then we have Karma God 91, $2 super chat. If Game Pass was on PlayStation, would things go different?
Yeah.
I mean, it is on PlayStation minus day and day games. That's why it's different. That's it. Yeah, no day and date. Then we have the Iron Rook, $2 super chat. We had the Sega Channel, Cog. Yeah, we had our subscription service. We did.
Yeah, we did in a way.
That was unsustainable. That was like $50 a month, bro.
$50 a month.
Wow.
It was wild. It was wild.
Two games. Nah.
2 games and shutting down the phone lines in your house.
Yeah,
a dial-up modem.
That part.
Then we got Spony Love with the 200 yen. Only a few weeks away, gents. Hashtag TGS. Yes, sir. 2 weeks away.
Yes, 2 weeks.
That's scary.
Excited. We are caught up.
Nice.
I'm not looking forward to no 13-hour flight.
Yeah, get ready. So
I'm saving all of because the new season of Kaiju number 8.
You got all your shows. Yeah, you get all your shows. Get all your shows out.
Like there are like 8 episodes. And I'm
make
like,
sure y'all got all your YouTubes. Download all your videos. You want have them offline so that you can watch YouTube videos. Trust me, I got tricks for y'all. Don't worry about it. Anyway,
well, I'm hoping the the flight there. I'm hoping the Wi-Fi.
As soon as you over the ocean, once you out
the
United States is a wrap. Yeah, get ready. Man. Get comfortable with your handhelds and your movies.
Hopefully I'll be playing
something.
Something related on the way there. It depends on how lucky I am.
Let's see how it go. Anyway, King, this is your topic. PS5 in the news. It seems that you found this. You're very astute about finding out.
Actually, normal time I'll be looking at King's topics like I guess, but this is one of the ones I do think.
Yeah, we got to. We can't KNN him on this. We got to give him his flowers for astute journalism finding.
KNN in the building.
KNN in the building. With a legit source, Video Game Chronicles. I was impressed. It wasn't like wow for the night. .com. We don't like PlayStation.com, but PS5 Digital Edition consoles are reportedly getting a quiet storage downgrade. New Digital Edition consoles reportedly come with nearly 200 gigabyte less storage starting this month. And it said, Sony's reportedly planning to downgrade the new digital and PlayStation 5's consoles in Europe. Shout out to Billy Coon,
Bill Baccoon.
Okay, thank you. Clearly, I do not know who this gentleman is. Billy Coon. We gotta live that.
Really racist.
You know what that remind me? Remember the martial laws, the brolic dude? What was it? Billy Blake's?
Yeah, Billy
Banks. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, but we ain't gonna call him another name.
Baby.
Tybo. Yes.
Made a fortune. You had King dress up as other stuff. So
listen, I had him dress up as a video game character.
No,
I don't know what you talking about, Attic. I don't know what you talking about, Attic. We were playing Donkey Kong that day. Starting this month, moving on to Disney.
Eating banana, saying banana. That was the most racist thing.
That was a Nintendo Switch themed show. Starting this month, the digital edition of the PS5, which doesn't include the disc drive, will come with 825 gigs of storage, down from the 1 terabyte. And apparently will go sale in Europe starting September 13th. It will still cost the same price as the current 1 terabyte digital edition. And they said the standard PlayStation 5 will retain for now, but this is the topic, a secret reducing of storage. So, King, this is your topic.
I heard that your PlayStation 5 Slims is taking Ozempic. Y'all lost some weight in your storage area.
The interesting thing, King? No one's talking about it.
You know why they ain't talking about it? Because Game Pass is unsustainable and Game Pass is destroying the industry.
They too busy running their mouth.
But these dudes is actively charging more and giving less. Yesterday's PlayStation is not today's PlayStation. Please, folks, check on your PlayStation, see if the storage is still intact. I heard they coming through like a thief in the night, stealing your PlayStation gigs. You 200 gigs less, son. You went in there and paid more and came out less than when we first started this journey. Yo, only they can make it absolutely worse. They say, wait a second. These dudes is raising prices. How about we raise the price to take away the memory? Yo, they said, buddy, I got a deal for you. He said, listen, I know Europe, you have supported us throughout this whole thing. You have purchased the most consoles, and your consolation prize for helping us get to 80 million shipped, we taking away your memory. Yo,
that's the reward for your hard service, for your loyalty.
They walked up to you and did a Men in Black.
Not like this.
Erase your memory. Yo, so I just want to know how many of y'all was planning on downloading Call of Duty. That's your 200 gigs right there, son.
You are messy.
That's how they get back at Microsoft. Take away your 200 gigs so you can't put their games in there.
You're ridiculous.
It is the best thing that I have ever seen. This generation is incredible. Yeah. And leading the charge is the market leader. I want to know, is this going to destroy the industry?
You want to know where the comments is at.
I want to know, because the last time y'all raised the price, Microsoft raised the price. Now, if you show on Microsoft, y'all could get away with taking away memory. I want to know if that 2 gig turned to 1.5. I'm just saying, y'all are calling out stuff that is optional. This is not an option.
That part.
I want to know if they do it still say 1 tera on the box, or do you say 825? Did you purchase the 825 box?
The 825. That sound like a regional hood console. The 825.
The 825 box.
We 825.
We 825 boxes over here.
Yeah. We call it the 825. I don't like that.
I want to know if you Europe guys got the 825 box. After September 13th, you're paying full price for the 825 box. And I want to know, well, I affectionately call it the Ozempic Slim. Only they can do the most disrespectful, uncustomer-friendly thing that you could possibly do. I've never heard of this. I mean, first of all, I never heard of raising the price to beat the base price when you launched. But y'all did it. Y'all did it. And we are here. We're here now. But what you said is, how else can I mess this up? How else can I take these guys for granted any further? I want to know, when are you guys going to actually stand up and say, nah, that's enough is enough? What is enough for y'all? What is enough for y'all? Like, when they selling you $12 dish trays for $100, when they gave you little baby plastic, sold you little baby plastic feet that they couldn't give to you for free. I want to know, when is enough enough? When are y'all going to say, this ain't happening?
So are you implying that people are not concerned enough with their own ecosystem and the practices of their own ecosystem versus other optional models that consumers enjoy?
I'm going to tell you right now, if Xbox would have did this right here, they would have banned them out the industry. They'd have probably, you would have seen them piling them up in the middle of the street, setting them on fire. Like, they would have had a congressional hearing based off the fact that Microsoft is doing a non-consumer friendly practice. The FTC would have came in and said, where's the FTC on this?
That's what you want to know?
We got to protect the customer, right? They for the customer, right? The FTC is for the customer. Why aren't you isn't it Brixis or whatever? What they got over there? What you got in Europe? The CMA. Where are you on this? Like, y'all was there when they was trying to make a merger. Where are you on? That's on customers. Y'all need to divestiture this. And bring it up. And what y'all need to do is go full third party. No, y'all can't buy that to get that away from them. But these dudes can money hat and do type of weird stuff. But they also did something right in front of your face. Right in front of your face, and you have nothing to say about it. I want to know where the FTC stand on this. I want to know where the CMA stand on this. I want to know where PlayStation channels in general stand on this. Where is that 825 box? What's up with the 825 box? Why the 825 box out? That's a weird ass number.
They used to say the health of that was a talk, right? The health of the industry. We're trying to save the industry. Was what the vibe for why they was against certain.
Why you ain't saving my gigs with my European partners? Like, after the 13th, it's up. Like, that is the wickedest day. The 13th, if it's on a Friday, it's even up more for you dudes.
King, they gave them more time than a day with that price change, though.
Yeah, they gave them 2 weeks. They said, get your affairs in order. Because we taking away that memory.
We only doing that because it's going to take us 2 weeks to recall these other ones.
So all the 200, 25 million that they got in the warehouse, they're going to take out all that extra memory and put 825 on the box. I want to know, I want all your 825s to stand up and represent your set. Represent your set, because after the 13th, y'all going to be officially known as the 825s. And I want to know what's going on with you, because right now, you can go get a Black Series S that is 1 tera. It's not 825. It's not 825. When you get 1 tera in the box, you get 1 tera in the box. I want to know what's going on in Sony, what's happening, who's in charge of this, and who made the decision to target Europe. What did Europe do to Sony?
King is spoken. He's got bars. Attic, your thoughts on this terabyte, this storage reduction on the PS5 digital?
I do think we should be speaking up about this.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of crazy if you think about it. And it's like, I can understand doing something like this to like lower costs for like, maybe they wanted like a lower SKU, so they lowered it so they can get it like a PlayStation out there for a cheaper price. But they're essentially doing what like the grocery industry has been doing for the past couple of years, where they're giving you the same product at the same price at less quantities. Like if you go look at, pictures of, just about anything, it's like less ounces, less quantity of that's in the actual packaging. It's where like used to get like these big things of coffee because my mom like was obsessed with coffee. Now it's the same price, but it's got a little it's got maybe 20% less than it's got in it. Like this is some nasty work, and I'm very disappointed in the industry for not calling PlayStation out on this because I didn't see no one talk about it. Not a YouTuber, not a
shout out to Video Games Chronicle. Okay.
But you get what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. You're talking about the massive.
I'm not saying literally no one in the entire industry is talking. I'm saying where was the IGN articles? Where's the GameStop articles? Where was the rotating promotion? Starfield's Dead articles that was going up every other day. Like it's just like
implying that it's more beneficial to have negative news about other platforms versus certain platforms that are brand leaders. Are we doing this?
I think companies are maintaining their relationships, and that's just because to me there's no real reason to like bring this up. Now maybe could they made an article? Yes. I didn't see no one tweeting it. I didn't see no one talking about it because normal time like they'll have like bunch of people from the industry. Oh, look what X and X wrote. Everyone go check it out. Like no one was talking about it. I didn't see it anywhere in the industry on Twitter. Maybe that's just my Twitter. Maybe these days, I've got a certain amount because I ain't gonna lie. Like you know me once or twice, I won't unfollow you. I'll mute you because that way if it gets like down to you ain't gonna. Because I remember there was one time I was unfollowing people and it wasn't like anything malice. Just like I was trying to like maintain who I see and what I see. So I was like, look, I don't really interact with these people, and then I started having people like screenshot me not following them. Why did Addict unfollow me? I'm like, okay, I guess I ain't doing that anymore. So now my new thing is like, first off, I don't block people. Like I mute you. You I want you to be in the abyss and you thinking I'm seeing it, but I ain't. So it's just I want you to be in a dark room screaming, but no one talking to you.
I can't with you.
So it just comes down to it's just
morbid today, aren't we?
It's very, very morbid. He was the most for people.
I just feel like serious anti-consumer stuff.
Yeah,
we should be coming together as an industry and saying no.
Yeah, we shouldn't have double standards.
And I feel like it's only very selective when this stuff is done. And maybe I am reading too much into it. Maybe people do check people and stuff, but it's just like I don't feel the same. Like I feel all of this. We got to do better on how influencers treat each other, how streamers treat each other. But when it comes to the companies that's robbing us blind, everyone's quiet. No one's talking anything. No one's bringing up anything. And it's just like to the point. I remember when Microsoft did all those layoffs, and I just made a statement that I don't feel like corporate should be able to lay you off the day and date. I don't think it should be legal. Oh, that's how corporations work. Doesn't mean I agree how it should work. Like it's just like these corporations, they're not your friends. You might got friends in the corporation, but the entity is not your friend. They will rob you the moment they can. They've done it over and over again, and people need to do better on that stuff. I feel like the industry in a lot of ways needs to improve on the way we interact on a variety of stuff. If I can fall back on doing personal attacks and
Yes.
and follow people
And you're
follow
doing
people on
fantastic with
Twitter
that.
and quote tweet people attacking. Well, there's some you still gonna get an added quote tweet. There's some of you that be tweeting. I'm like, nah, I got time today. And maybe it's because I generally don't have time to mess with you guys anymore. You won. I have left the Twitter sphere. I don't be fighting you anymore because I don't got time to deal with your nonsense. But some of you I do.
Man, funny. So, your thoughts on the PlayStation 5 downgrade storage? Where are we at with this?
Let's be real, like, it has to be a reason for it. And it can't just be greed. Like, it's just like, oh, we're just going to downgrade you.
So I personally feel like they want to keep the same prices, but something has to come down in order to maintain some of those prices.
And that's the thing, though, right? Like, that's the crazy part about it. That 5 years into a cycle, and we've talked about it, 5 years into a cycle, the consoles are more expensive than they were at launch.
Ridiculous.
In order for them to prevent for them to making them more expensive, they're doing things like this, like reducing hard drive size by like 200 gigs. Like, where are we? Like, this is the thing that's insane. What has happened in the world where you, at this point, are not able to manufacture your console at the very least at cost, right? Where you could just say, okay, we're breaking even.
Right.
No, like if we don't do this, we're losing money. It's insane. This should not be happening, right? And we could point to a number of different things.
They say all the time, oh, we're making the most money we ever made. Yeah, because you doubling prices on everything you were making.
yeah. And again, yes. We always talk about, hey, speak with your wallet. Don't buy this stuff. Right. Don't abide this stuff. Don't purchase it. But I mean, what are you gonna do if you haven't picked up a PlayStation or whatever, and you want to pick one up now? This is the time, and then you look at the prices. It is what it is. You make a decision, yes or no. But it is what it is now. So it's just like, to me, it sucks because I'm looking at them. I'm like, I don't necessarily feel like they're doing this because they just want to just eke more money out of you or whatever. Right. Like, I feel like Nintendo did it more for that reason. No, I'll be honest. Like, when I look
feel
at
like this move is for them to compete, not money grabbing. It's competing money grabbing.
Exactly.
They can't make the money in the back end if they don't compete on the front end.
Exactly. But Nintendo doing it on the Switch 1 at this point.
Wow.
They've sold in different iterations for whatever, $300 or less. You have the Lite, which sells for like $200 or whatever the case may be. Them doing it on that end is like, you're not telling me that a machine you released in 2017, which is already a machine you made with old parts at that point anyway, because Nintendo's not about taking an L ever. You're telling me that now it's cost too much to manufacture, you gotta up the price? That sounds egregious to me. This feels like them, as bad as it looks, it feels like them doing what they can so they don't have to raise it up again. And again, it's a business thing.
Right.
As the consumer, you look at the big business and you say, guys, your console's been on the market for 5 years. You're already looking forward to the next thing within the next 2 to 3 years. Eat that cost so that you don't have to go through this, right? Right, it's business. That's not gonna happen.
Do that. These dudes ain't buying these consoles. They still on PS4, B.
Facts. Don't you buck up on me like that.
We gotta get you.
People ain't buying the consoles because there's no experience that you can only have on those consoles for the most part.
Especially when you put Marvel Rivals on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, we just recently started having next gen or current gen only games, and we're like, what, 5 years into the generation, and we're saying that now? Like, we should be the point where there is nothing on.
I thought they believed in generations.
Bro, my nephew the other day, right? Because he doesn't know that I have his Switch 2 already purchased for Christmas, right? He doesn't know. So he hadn't played it yet or anything like that. And he was staying over at my mom's for a week because my sister, his school schedule is weird. She hadn't started school yet. So he was staying with my mom. And he's like, oh, can you bring me the Switch? I was like, yeah, I could bring you the Switch, but it's not. I don't have the old Switch. He's like, oh, what happened to it? Well, I got the new one. Yeah. He said, oh,
I'm sure he was breathing.
He was like,
Oh, really?
So I bring it to him. He's like, Theo, you could just leave it with me, you know what I mean? And get yourself another one, right? And I was like, no. I was like, why would I do that? I was like, you know how the drill goes. If you do what you're supposed to do, maybe Santa Claus has something waiting for you, at the end of the day, whatever the case may be. And he said, or I could just take the PlayStation you gave me and trade it in. I was like, dude, you telling me that this machine, mind you, the PlayStation I gave him was the one that I paid $1,000
Jesus.
I'm like, he has no care for it as a PlayStation. He does not care about anything that PlayStation individually does.
So what does he care about?
He cares about Marvel Rivals. He cares about Roblox. He cares about Fortnite, which he will play on the PlayStation, but he would just as easily turn that off and go to the Series S and play it on there. And if he had a Switch still working, functioning, he'd be playing it there.
That's crazy.
And I was like, and he was like, I'm like, this machine that I bled and sweat over.
Yeah, they don't care about none of that.
He's like, I could trade. What if I trade that in? I'm like, dude, I gave that to you. Yeah, but it's mine now.
Hey,
I was like,
ingrate.
I respect the hustle, though.
Jesus.
He said it serves no purpose here. And I heard out in Europe, they down with the 825 game. And I'm not trying to be associated with no block game.
Listen, it is what it is. But no, I mean.
How do you handle situations like that where, like, they have one coming, but they're not patient? So, like, do you just tell, like, your sister, don't take him to anywhere you can trade anything?
No. My sister knows because I wouldn't get it without asking her first, So So
no, I'm talking about you maintaining him not trading in that to get it when he already has one coming in.
Like, oh no, my sister's not allowing that. She was like, "You're not trading." She's like, "No," because she's like, "What do you mean? That's not. It doesn't matter if he gave it to you." I have a rule, and I had this rule with my nephew. Now he's almost 30 years old, but when he was small too. I was like, "I gave that to you." But I still control it.
Chill. You got life. You got movie rights.
What type of lifetime warranty is this you got?
Chill, so that's
I
extra.
control in that you got that as a gift. You're not trading that in.
You
trading something you bought.
He's like, that's yours. He pretty much said, "That's yours."
It's
mine too.
It's yours.
Reminds me of that. I don't know which Friday it was, but where he tried to get it. Somebody, yeah, man, it's my bike. We can just keep it over my house.
Todd,
that's right. You keep it over at my house.
Be careful if Saab buy you some Depends as a gift. Because he going to control your Depends.
Keep doing
He going to put you on the baby table. Be careful for that beast. Cog on the changing table.
That's wild
you know
work.
How foul that is that I give you this gift from the bottom of my heart and you go and trade it for like a third of the price. Like,
third of the price, go get what I want.
What's wrong with you?
No. He going to get a smooth 250.
Yeah, man. Saul trying to suspend that boy Game Pass.
So just clarify.
Tell him he's better off selling memory to those dudes in Europe.
Anything. Just to clarify, Saul, you've never sold anything anyone ever gave you, ever.
That doesn't apply to me.
That doesn't apply to me.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I do.
This man said it's going to be repercussions if you get rid of that console.
You had to see his face when Attic asked him that question. He said, "Whoa, wait a second."
So, whoa, who gave you permission to throw this back on me?
I said, "Oh, wait a second. My camera went out."
That's OG rules. That's OG rules. I like that.
If he was like, "Whoa, I don't know, something's wrong with my mic."
I'm going through a tunnel.
But I will say though, I have been like back in the day. My dad one time took me to GameStop, and I'm like, I'm changing this bunch of stuff, and he's like, "Okay, cool." And then he didn't really realize what that was until he saw like all the stuff that he purchased. And then even then he was like, "Okay." It's like, "All right, let's see." And then when they tell you
how much whack praise you getting,
he was like,
"Hell no."
Oh no.
He did that once. I forgot what it was, but he did that once. Like, no. No.
I got one worse for you. I have a cousin. She actually, there's a reason she stays with me because I feel bad the stuff me and her kids used to do to her. Like she was like one of those people where like they had money, and she wouldn't pay attention. She didn't only really pay attention. She had like a mental state of how much she's spending, and as long as it didn't go over like $150, $200, she would turn around. We just throw a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there.
We don't know.
And one time they accidentally threw something that was like way more than we thought it was because someone changed where it was. Yeah. And she's like, I didn't put this in my buggy.
This wasn't in my cart.
This is the same person that I did work for to buy me I think it was Oblivion. And then when I'm sitting there at the GameStop, I've told this story before, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. And my Aunt Patty's like, yeah, okay, here's the card. And then he just starts, oh, this is rated M for this,
I hate
that.
I hate that dude. There always be that dude at the retail snitching. And, man, I know what you're going through. I hate that dude.
She looks at me. She looks at him. She looks back at me. He ain't my kid. That's fine.
Oh, so salute to her. Salute to her. She doing the Lord's work. Yeah. Oh, that's what's up. I had one of those. My boss was like, JW. She's like, we not doing that. She was trying to take the weapons out the G.I. Joe.
You wasn't getting nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't getting nothing.
She knew my mom wouldn't care. Like as
long as he had a lion without the Thundercats.
They said she said Thundercats was demonic. That was satanic.
Oh yeah.
When they was doing thunder and all that. Oh yeah, they was like, they gotta get this out the house.
Animals.
Couple years
Sword of Omens, Mum-Ra.
Oh,
this is too spiritual.
I got a story for you guys on that. A couple years later, because she's extremely. I got a story for you on that. A couple years later, the same my aunt, the same person, because she's extremely Christian. She was like started looking through the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's Dark Magician.
Oh, it's over.
She made us boil all our cards.
Boil the cards. That's witchcraft in itself. Why they had to be boiled?
What he should have did was add some kerosene to the water and just throw a match.
Wait, Addict. Hold on. I can't let him. Why did the cards have to be boiled?
Nah, you gotta boil it out.
Because that was the only way.
Satan got demons out of there.
Oh, this is like a purification of the.
It was like a purification thing.
Because Satan don't like hot water.
Oh yeah. Not in person. Them cards like out. Yeah, I had like the original blue eyes in them that probably be worth $2,000 or $3,000 right now. That deck itself that was burnt. She probably boiled 600-700 of my cards, and she boiled a bunch of theirs.
He said boil them on the butter table. Yo, he's stupid.
Wait, you said 700 cards?
Oh, it took her like 2 hours to boil all of our cards.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't like this boiling.
It was like one of those soup ones. It's like this big.
Well, she had a cauldron.
No, she had a crock pot.
The thing is, it sounded like she into witchcraft.
She had a crock pot and steamed this joint.
King. She had the Steam Deck.
It was like this. Okay,
she had the first Steam Deck.
Here was the stove. Here was the stove, and it had this giant soup thing that she made chicken noodle soup out of. And then to the right was like the cabinet that went all the way down, and it was literally books and books of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in a line, and we had to watch her take them out and drop them in the.
She was setting your joints on fire in front of the kids.
Yo, listen, he went and salvaged all of them. But she was doing this to them.
It's too much. This woman too much.
From them bubbles.
What's the joint sound? How it go?
Bubble, toilet trouble.
Wild toilet trouble.
Cauldron bubble.
Yu-Gi-Oh card.
They would be worth an absurd amount of money if they didn't get.
Yo, he went to school with his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It was floppy, son. He slapped them down on the table like dominoes.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Yes. Like when it first started going down, because I was over there, I was on the phone trying to get my mom to come get me. I'm like, come get me now.
Nah, I would have ran away that day. That's the day I would have ran away.
You got to get away from that.
Ran away.
Wow, I have nothing to beat that story. That is the wildest thing I've ever heard.
And then your cards like lost all the color, and they were like.
No, they were gone. They were boiled.
Wait, yeah.
Oh no, that's nothing. I had one time where me and her got in a discussion because she said, I'm seeing the devil in the mirrors. I'm like, no, that's your reflection.
Oh God, yo, so addict, time out. So she's heavily Christian. So she stays with you now.
Yes.
So what you got to do is take up all her credit cards and her debit cards and cut them up, right? And boil them, cut them up and boil them. And
there was
the
a time where
cards.
there was a time where she got into it with Grace when me and her were still together, and she called her the B word, and she walked off, and she called her that. She wasn't even halfway in here, and I was already up walking in there. I was like, you gotta go. I was like, you ain't disrespecting people in this house. I was like, you can't, you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. She's like, I got nowhere to go. I was like, Salvation Army got beds. I'll call them right now for you.
She looked over at you and said, "You're full of the demon. I will boil you."
She's not excessive like that.
As she used to be. Wow, that's
the wildest, funniest joint
I've ever heard. That's West Virginia.
Now, yo, I remember that one time my mother told me to clean up something. Right? I'm a kid. I'm laying on the bed reading my comic book. And she's like, you got to take out the garbage. You got to do this, that, and the third. I'm like, So I just got this book, 25-cent Captain America, whatever the hell, and I'm reading it. She came in there and said, David E. Johnson.
Oh, when you call the full government is.
And she said the whole name.
The whole name.
And she grabbed my comic book and ripped it.
Oh.
I just looked at her as one tear fell out my eye. And in my brain, I said, I love you a little less right now. I said, those dishes and that garbage could have waited, but Captain America will forever be ripped. I had to tape every page back together to read that book. I'll never forget that. But wild. Your boiling story,
and she gonna make the kids watch it boil like it's a seance. Like, nah, don't do that.
She had a draft pick.
At first, she stopped doing it. At first, she was making us hand her the cards.
Oh, nah.
And then she stopped that because it was taking too long. So.
She said, what's your favorite card? Pick a card.
Pick your card. What's your favorite? You love this?
Favorite? This your favorite?
Because I remember I just got a starter deck from the old Pegasus stuff. It's like one of the first starter decks ever.
That's crazy.
And I remember just seeing it, like the colors blend in together.
Oh,
it just turned soupy color.
Yeah, that's evil. That's just pure evil. We go, boy. I ain't really got much to add. Yeah, PS5 wilded out. We it's got to be, I think, with Soft. This is their way of like, we don't want to raise the price anymore, so we go stealth nerf your storage. And that's messed up. I just hate this generation from that standpoint. Too much. As the generation's going on, the price is going up, and once again, I'm worried about my beloved consoles because this is just too much of this stuff. But that's all I got. So we got the super chats.
Microsoft, don't follow them on this one. They bugging.
Yeah, they bugging.
Let me see. We got a couple. Let me see. We got Pragmatic Eagle. Member for 69 months, Lord of Gold. They're a cult king. We all know what cultists do and what they don't do. Then we have Afro Povic, £2 super chat. Less storage is better for the environment.
Somebody says, so are we saying to boil our PS5s?
The carbon footprint is crazy.
That's what crazy exes do. You guys don't boil your own stuff. You leave your ex to do that, or your current girl.
Yeah, that's wild.
Your PlayStation is full of demons.
We have Oh no, it's have you seen some videos of like they said my girlfriend took my PS5 and put it in the washing machine?
Oh no. I'm glad Xbox ain't as popular. Burn PlayStation.
We got it's solid Alex #ban J something whatever. $2 super chat. PS5 shrinkflation edition #825
825 gang.
825 gangs.
Crazy.
Then we have Afropovic again, £2 super chat. The Orange Muppet did this to you.
That has nothing to do with tariffs, bro. So you can sit there. It's already in the box. Okay, so stop making excuses for them doing horrible practices. It's that they chose to do this to you. Said no, the memory is too much. We gotta take some out. It way too much. Take some memory out.
Then we have Vince Vanta, $2 super chat. He said it's Switch 2 time, sucker. That's right. He said that. And he got left with that thought too. You'll be waiting till December.
Then we have Mayo Riot, $5 super chat. Koala Care is the name of the changing table.
Yo, this man.
Yeah, that is true.
That's nasty
They're called
work.
Koala Care.
That's nasty work. The fact he know that, I don't even like that he knew that. But we're gonna move on. Hey, stop laughing too much with this.
Because the image is so horrifying.
Yeah, because I'm too big a person. You can't have no muscle bound person or some baby. Stop it.
And it folds out, and it got
it
to
fold out.
That
The idea that you would use that instead of just changing the drawers.
Yo, he pull it out soft and hop up on it, and let his feet dangle off the edge.
For no reason.
For no
He has
reason.
no need to do that whatsoever.
Why are you by yourself, changing yourself, hopping up on something?
It got a wipey at a depend station right next to it.
I can't. We gonna move on. 'Cause y'all ridiculous.
That's it. We're caught up.
I'm having too much fun. Last topic. This is me on the bonus round. We just had to talk because we missed it last week. Perfect Dark. Shout out to Jason Schreier. Developers lay off staff after funding deal falls through. Crystal Dynamics was close to moving the game to Take-Two, but negotiations fell through. So long-running studio Crystal Dynamics, division of Embracer, was forced to cut staff and fully abandon the game Perfect Dark last week after failing to find a new funding partner. And following the game's cancellation in July, Embracer had come close to striking a deal in which the video game publisher Take-Two would purchase the game from Xbox, who owned the right. Take-Two would then fund and publish the game, but the talks collapsed, at least in part, because the companies involved were unable to come to terms over long-term ownership of the franchise. Perfect Dark franchise. Said the people who requested anonymity, why am I butchering that word? Okay, because they were not authorized to speak about sensitive negotiations. So yeah, this is a hot one that kind of came out. We kind of find out to Schreier that there was a chance that it was could be saved. So yeah, let's start with you, Addict. What are you feeling? Take-Two to the rescue, but it falls apart because of IP rights.
It's interesting in general that it was an even possibility it could be saved. I know a lot of people are trying to put the blame on Xbox for this particular thing. Look, it is every right of Microsoft to determine that the Perfect Dark franchise is worth keeping around and not selling. So can't force someone to sell something. You can't force them now. You should put more blame on Take-Two for not licensing the IP and publishing it like normal business in this thing. Because it's kind of like, and I don't know if Take-Two was deliberately doing this, but in the perception of the public, it's like one of those things where it's like, we're going to use the public outlash because we know how much bad publicity you've gotten from this game to kind of to our advantage to get you to sell the whole IP to us. It's like now you're going to be known as Xbox, Microsoft, the people that saved Perfect Dark, that saved Hi-Fi Rush. We want something similar that was done for that. We just need to own Perfect Dark. And I understand Take-Two's perception on it where it's like, look, you want me to help you grow the Perfect Dark franchise, but I don't own it. So I understand why both people broke it up. I just think at this point it's like it wasn't something that could be done. I perfectly understand Microsoft's perspective on I'm not going to just sell you an IP like Perfect Dark because you got to look at it from multiple perspectives. People don't buy IPs just for the gaming portion. Main character. She could easily be in movies, other games,
transmedia.
Yeah, so there's a lot of aspects that goes to than just saving the game portion. And keep in mind how much money Microsoft's already spent on this Perfect Dark game. Are they willing to take the hit on the IP as well? And especially if Take-Two wasn't trying to offer competitive prices to get it. We don't know how much they was offering. Clearly, it wasn't enough. If there isn't even an amount, that would be enough. So, I get it. I do. And I understand. I'm one of them. I'm disappointed because what I saw on Perfect Dark, even though we found out it was kind of, false advertising to a degree, I still liked what I saw. And if the game was going to be even resembling what was there, I would have liked to have played it. But at the end of the day, put this over there where you have that Fable Legends, you have that Scalebound, lock that sucker up, lock it up and throw that thing in the ocean because this ain't coming back, my guys.
Yeah, it'll look good. Almost the news we almost wish you didn't know. In a way,
it is. But I like that we knew.
No,
it showed that Microsoft was at least willing to have that conversation to save it. But when it came to we want to own the IP, that's clearly where the deal breaker was. And I don't blame both parties for walking away because let's say you do, okay, how about we handle this one and we come back after the first one and then we negotiate on the IP. Once the IP is mad successful, now you've doubled the price you're paying down the line. So like
that part.
And not to mention, we don't know how much money and how far along this game has been. So we is Microsoft just going to allow another company to finish the game, which might cost them a fraction of what Microsoft put into actually making the ground floor for this game, and then they want to pull in on the back end and take the buy the IP as well? I get it, like I do. Like as much as I would like to see this game, I understand why both parties walked away from this deal.
So, your thoughts. We find more info. Perfect Dark Take-Two almost had the Superman cape for the rescue, but it came down to the IP. Negotiations broke down. Where you at with this?
Yeah, I mean, Attic put it perfectly. It's like, like, you know, to Microsoft, it's very hard to find situations in which people are willing to part with IP. And I say that as, you know, obviously like IO Interactive was able to get Hitman away from Square. And then we have Atari just recently bought 5 IP from Ubisoft. You know, not the biggest IP, but they bought like Cold Fear, I Am Alive, Child of Eden, and Grow Home and Grow Up, right? But the idea that IP moves from owner to owner doesn't happen that often because to Addict's point, it's a couple of things. It's that, right? It's the idea of like, well, maybe down the line we want to do something with it. 2, if you're saving something, a project that's halfway done or 3/4 of the way done, whatever, if that turns out to be good, you look bad. The optics of it are bad if somebody else is able to finish the thing that you could not finish, or would not finish. So that's why a lot of these companies don't do that. I would say this: it makes sense that a company the size of Take-Two would want the IP. I say if they still want to try to, because it feels to me like there's enough of this game done where it's worth it to try to.
They saw
something, right? So my thing is like, we just talked about them a little bit. IO Interactive, once they're done with this James Bond game, talk to them. They know spy stuff. They're good at that. They're good at that.
Hitman clone.
Can't go like that.
It doesn't matter.
It just be.
I like what I saw. It
just be Hitman with a brassiere.
No, that's fine, and that's fine. Hitman's great. Hitman's fantastic.
But wasn't it first person for Perfect Dark? What we saw as opposed to
it's first person,
first person.
But
they don't know how to do that well.
No, they've. I don't know if they've ever done that, right? So I can't say that. No, but I don't know that it's true that they've never done that, right? But if you want to see it live, I remember saying before we saw that it was, you know, they brought Perfect Dark back as a first-person shooter. I was like, what if they take her and make it a third-person action game and still be a spy, still be this, but it's a third-person action game instead of first-person. Could be like, again, IO would be a fit for that.
No.
I do think there are devs out there that are capable of bringing this type of game to market. I mostly like what I saw from the James Bond stuff. I have nitpicks. I have nitpicks.
I know. We talked about this already.
Yes.
Trash game.
So yeah, I don't know. I still think it feels like it's far enough along where somebody could take it over. But they would have to, concede that part that they're not gonna be sold the IP. It's not gonna happen. So, and usually a smaller dev studio is not gonna be requesting that necessarily. They don't have that leverage. A 2K, Strauss out, they're gonna go in and be like, I want to own this.
Yeah.
Give me the marketing rights to Grand Theft Auto 6.
King, your thoughts? You have a lot to say. Reference Perfect Dark. You hear it now. Take Two had the cape. He was going to save it. But the IP.
Out here trying to save people that don't want to be. You can't save us. You don't want to be saved, bro. And see, Phil came out and told people a long time ago, you can license any of our IPs. We have no problem with it.
Right.
You act too big for your bridges, bro. You want to come license it? Hey, you close down a studio. You didn't get the return off investment. A lot of people saying that their game is almost done or could be done. And I think we have the development team that can actually get that across the line. And we're willing to license that game and fit the bill for probably say 25% of the cost or 50% of the cost or whatever. We go halfies on this. But what we want is the long-term usage of the IP. And Microsoft said, I guess you've been smoking today.
They do it too much.
Like, say, listen, bro. Now, how about I spin this back? Like, how about I spin the block on you, right? How about I get a month demo of Grand Theft Auto 6 on Xbox? How about you launch inside Game Pass? And how about we have the exclusive marketing rights and no other company can say Grand Theft Auto and check it out. I'm talking about stupid things. Okay. They're saying stupid things to each other.
Oh,
right?
got you.
Right. So Microsoft countered with more stupid things, right? And so how'd that sound? And Strauss said, are you smoking? So exactly. That's what I was trying to tell you. You must be smoking. So listen, how about you do just like everybody else? License it. We do a 50-50 deal. You could publish it. You could put it out. And the IP stays exactly where it is, like everybody's. You don't get the chance to come in and license an intellectual property and walk away with the intellectual property as ownership, right? Nobody goes out and licenses Spider-Man and takes it away from Disney. That doesn't happen. All right, so they were not realistic at all in that thought process. And if they were genuine coming into the table, if they really wanted to save the title, or if they felt the title can fit their portfolio, then they would have went there with real business practices, talking about real business tangents that can actually happen. But they didn't. I think it was disingenuous. I think it would also lend to the fact that, well, we tried to save it. And that conversation permeates through the air. Oh, Microsoft, they did this with a Hi-Fi Rush, and they did this. It goes back to that. They gave Hi-Fi Rush the biggest opportunity in order to sell, and they sold it, right? And Crafting Games absolutely loves them. And all they wanted to do was keep the IPs that they wanted. What was that? The horror films.
Yeah.
See, when Microsoft goes out, or Xbox goes out, or whatever, Microsoft goes out and purchases certain companies, they are going for the IPs. When they went and got Rare, they went to get Banjo, Perfect Dark, and whatever IPs else they had under their belt. That all belongs to Microsoft now. You would invalidate that whole purchase by taking one of the coveted IPs that they did go out to go get. Because had the initiative not been as dysfunctional as it was, that's why it's no longer here, that game would have actually hit all its checks and balances and came out at a timely fashion, and we would not be having this conversation. But the fact that that studio was mismanaged, or a quadruple A studio that never did anything, it was absolutely mismanaged. And that's why they're no longer here. Right? Matt went over there and said, what the hell do you got to offer? And they put together some virtual slice, whatever the hell, that fooled everybody to make us think that it was coming out. And I just feel, honestly, for anybody that's associated with the title to have it dragged on further a week later, after they forgot about it, the initiative is gone. All right, we already know that title has been shelved for now. But if it's in a state that it can actually get pushed across the line, I would like a studio other than IO Entertainment.
Why gotta be other than them?
Because I don't want a Hitman clone. And I've seen James Bond, and it just looked like Agent 47 without the barcode and hair on his head. All right, so I'm just like, I'm cool on all of that right there. Y'all can keep that right there and do that. over there. Do that over there with your stuff.
Over there.
We don't want that over here. We like how we do things. Y'all could do it over there like that. But that's it.
No, listen. I mean, you guys said most of the points I was going to say is, look, I guess I'm surprised that Take-Two saw value in it, because
that's crazy.
To me, that goes to show there was still something, even though we heard that the thing was a vertical slice or whatever, but like they had to get some, because here's the thing, like I know Take-Two is in the business of hits.
Yeah.
Nothing less. Borderlands, GTA, NBA 2K. They wanted Perfect Dark. Like, bro, you saw something. You got something going on there for you to say, okay, we going to jump in. What's up? Now, I agree, say with Addict King, but all y'all, like, to get mad at Xbox for saying, fam, you want the whole IP? Control the whole IP. You could do whatever you want after that, and then you make another whole like that's a lot. That's a lot. I could understand that. You know what I'm saying? And now I get Take-Two's thing. They like, okay, probably like we want it. We don't just want, the one thing we got a whole rollout for it and stuff like that. It just sucks, man. It just sucks. Because my thing at the end of the day, the studio is just gone, right? At the end of the day, that's what's supposed to be. Yeah. They're gone. But the other part of it too is that I had this conversation with Maddie, which was like, because Maddie was like, bro, like, because I didn't go, he's like, but Xbox ain't gonna do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like now the IP is just gonna sit there, and that's fair, right? But there's a part of me that's like, okay, we don't know. Remember the jokes we used to have? Daryl Gallagher, when they first started, it was quadruple A energy, right? And they had every who's who name in the industry. Like, oh, they got that person. Oh, they got LeBron. Oh, they got Steph Curry. Oh, this person's working on this game. Oh, that studio gonna be crazy. And then one by one, exit. We hear the leaving. The Shy report come out. It's turmoil, and then here come the Crystal D shirts, and then he bringing his squad. So to me, after all that and all that investment, and it still don't work. And I'm the Daryl Gallagher fan, but part of me do got to look at like, okay, what was going on over there? Xbox, you still get a lot of the blame here because you should have been knowing what's going on. But there's a part of me that's like, what if scenario was, them dudes is running up, running up the budget. We got to get something back. We've lost wild bread with them messing around. I'm just throwing out a hypothetical situation. So it's like, I could understand what Xbox like, nah, we're not just giving that IP up. We lost wild bread with this situation. So I get it. It just sucks. And the last point I will say is that, like, it reminds me of the WB joint. Like, some people, I understand Take-Two to a little part. All he says that, like, you're not buying. Remember when WB was getting rid of their joints? Mm-hmm. You're not buying Rocksteady without the Batman.
So why would you buy the developers?
Right. So I understand that to an extent, but I can't. It's like I said, I can't get mad at Xbox saying, "No, fam, you're not getting the IP. You can do the one-off. You can work something out, but it just sucks. I just hate that I found this out."
I got a question. I got a question for the team.
Yeah.
Do you think that Microsoft has plans for the IP?
I'm gonna be honest with you, no. I'm gonna be real. Scalebound is giving me no faith that they're going to do anything.
But they didn't own Scalebound.
True, but it's just like we've been complaining for a banjo. I keep saying banjo. Like for they just ain't moving with the, and then especially with this new leadership, when this everything is big hit.
Don't you think after they do the Spyro the Dragon with Toys for Bob,
but that's the spinoff.
Yeah, but Toys for Bob can double back down and do the banjo?
To me, they just in the business of it. If it ain't blockbuster money and it ain't super duper IP that we, you know what I'm saying? Like we just saw the ZeniMax joint, the MMO that looked like it was promising, and it's like, you want that or you want more Fallout games? Fallout, pick it up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. That's the business we had. Dudes ain't taking no risks. It's on that type of energy. But I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we get one of them stories.
Those games will have to be digital only, and they will have to come out at a smaller budget.
Yeah.
Because with games like Silk Song coming out and South of Midnight and games of that ilk, you're able to make games at a cheaper cost. I don't know.
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong. Look, we still, to your point, we have outliers of things like, oh wow, they helped fund this small thing. Oh wow, they gave this place a home. We love that Tango got a home and Tango got saved to craft on and join. So maybe still potentially hope. We'll see, but that's all I got. Unless y'all got anything else, we can get up out of here.
No, we're good.
No doubt. So we can just chat.
Let me see. We got a couple. Let me see today.
Afropovic, £2 super chat. Take two trolling. Didn't try that ish with Max Payne. That's true. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Let's get up out of here. Lord Attic Power restored. Where can I find people find you? What you got going on, sir?
You can find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. I'm gonna be releasing some videos this week on some stuff I've been playing behind the scenes. We will be having some stuff going on next week.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, well, no, it's actually the week after next.
Okay.
Is it?
Is it? I forget.
Yeah. No, it's next week. Man,
it's next week. Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The Saturday.
Yeah. So I'll be leaving here early because we have some stuff in we have some stuff going on in New York. So after that, and we'll be flying straight from there to Tokyo.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man. There's a particular game, and I don't know if you guys can figure it out. But I was like, guys, you got I'm that 13-hour trip, man. You know, it'd be great if I had something, played something on my Steam Deck for that 13-hour trip. Like, come on, guys. I know if any of you are watching it, man. Don't make me do nothing for 13 hours because I will veto. I will. What do they say? Hunger strike. I'm a non-do nothing strike for 13 hours, and it's gonna be your fault. I'm
taking my Steam Deck and my Switch.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the content we have. Dedicated to. I am looking into. I'm pretty sure I have figured out a way to do, the stuff that we want to do over there. It's not cheap. The phone.
It's gonna be crazy.
The phone thing is like $12 a day every day we're up there. The good thing is my particular plan. All I gotta do is pay the 12 and nothing else. So I don't think it would be too much of an issue with that. But I hope you guys enjoy the content we have planned for you guys out there.
That is more than my bill a month. If me playing $12 for 2 weeks, that's more than my bill. I just got to give them $29 and then put my joint on, what is it, roaming?
Roaming, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
Now, I will be honest with you guys. This content's going to be crazy hours. It's because you got to keep in mind it's like a 12-hour difference or 11-hour difference. It's not going to be something that most of you are going to see. It's probably going to be early in the morning over there for some of it, and then it's going to be late at night too. So if we do something at like 11 o'clock, it's 11 p.m. here. So keep in mind I will probably try to sit down with the Lords and set up times where we're all doing something. So you'll see it, and I'll try to make sure that I have these streams already set up so you can see exactly when these durations are going to happen. Because we're not streaming the whole time we're down there. Probably stream a couple hours a day.
Someone is.
So we'll probably stream a couple hours a day. One or two of us might do it. But I hope you guys enjoy the experience, because my thought process was you guys got us to Tokyo, and now you're going to experience our first time in Tokyo live for some aspects. Now, obviously, depending on if there's, because there are restrictions to what you can stream down there, so we have to abide by those. But we're going to do as much as we can for you guys.
King After Dark.
No doubt. Lord, so we're gonna find people find you going on, sir.
Yeah, just look out next week for more content on the stuff that I briefly mentioned today. So I'll talk more about Hell Is Us and Chronos. I'll play a little bit more of the Star Wars Outlaws on the Switch too. And then maybe we got some other stuff going on. So we'll see.
Going on too.
Yeah.
No doubt, Lord King. Where can I find people find you? What you got going on, sir?
You got find me not being as messy as I am on Xbox Frontline News, where I bring news to you daily at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Frontline Gaming Streams, where I'm playing your favorite games on various consoles, not just Xbox. That is Switch, that is Steam, that is also the PlayStation. You heard me right, folks. The PlayStation, and not that old basic PlayStation, not the standard PlayStation, not the core PlayStation. We're not not down with 825, gang. No, we're not. I am a pro gamer. As you can see, I try to take it up a notch, right? So unless you're playing like me, don't talk to me. All right?
Messy.
But I can't wait. We got a couple of more weeks to go. And next week, y'all know, I don't know. I might go live for the Bud Canelo fight. I might do that. But this week you got some stuff. Addict, did you see The Conjuring this weekend?
No, I was supposed to, but a lot of stuff popped off, and I couldn't. So
I didn't see it yesterday because wifey got cold feet.
Well, I might go see it Tuesday because it is the half day thing. Look, The Conjuring ain't my big thing, but if you want to do an R&R, I'll see it Tuesday, and then Thursday I'm seeing Demon Slayer.
All right, so if you're gonna see it Tuesday, I'll see it Tuesday.
The following, like Thursday, so like essentially one Thursday I'm seeing Demon Slayer here, and then the next Thursday I'm seeing it up there. So yeah, I think we'll have a lot of R&R for you guys.
So I saw that movie Caught Stealing yesterday. So I'm probably doing R&R about that. A very strange film. Pretty good, but very strange film. So I definitely want to talk about that. But go to the Patreon. The cowboy stuff is up there. That country music is up there, right?
Yeah, let's go.
And anybody that says my tractor is sexy, whoever recommended my tractor is sexy, I got a special place in hell for you. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know that. But other than that, a lot of the songs was dope. Also, we have up there Kaiju number 8. We finished that with Dip Down Anime. And also we're in the middle of Jujutsu Kaisen right now. I'm at a part where it's about to pop off, and I'm telling you right now, Naruto is my all-time favorite anime. This thing is bumping up against it, boy.
Oh, okay.
Like the fight scenes is crazy. Okay. I love everything about it. So please go to Patreon. If you're not a member of the Patreon, go over to the Patreon, go check it out. We're putting out more content than ever. And shout out to Addict for getting us to do some in real life stuff in Japan.
No doubt. Look, man, salute everybody again. Salute everybody that saw me at the pop-up out there, Soho with Shinobi. That was super dope. Shout out to Sega and all that. Yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff coming. Again, tune in next week. We got a lot of stuff coming. Again, salute to everybody been supporting us with the Lords of Gaming Network YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Got content going up there. Consistently, you're going to see more from that coming. And apologies to the Patreon. I know #Cogly's been away. It's a bit of a rough week for me. But I'm going to try to get back on my 1-2 with all of that with Attic and stuff. Get y'all the fun content up there next week.
Question real quick. I want to ask the chat, and I'll go off yours. Should he react to the Naruto versus Pain or Demon Slayer and then go back to Demon Slayer? Put in there what you guys want to react to, because I'm okay with either one of them, but I do feel like at that Naruto versus Pain, I could clip farm the hell out of that.
Asher Parrott said no.
And whoever put that uneasy right up in there, another special
that's
place
Rook.
to help.
Yeah, he said you're welcome.
Uneasy right.
They said just Demon Slayer. He said he needs more Demon Slayer before they go.
Right.
Hold on. Donald Taco said, nah, we need some Ippo. What's Ippo? What's IPO? What's that?
Oh, IPO. So this is the boxing joint.
All right, he'll watch more Demon Slayer.
All right,
I got that all on Blu-ray.
Yeah, look, that's all I got. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming. And again, y'all, 2 weeks. Since I gotta throw it up for y'all one time. Big Tokyo celebration. We're so close, man. In 2 weeks we're gonna be out there, and things are starting to come together. Thanks to you guys. Fun plans, super stuff. We're so close. So it's starting to become a reality. It's starting to be real. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of content for you. But that's all I got. Anything else, Alex, before we get up out of here? And before YouTube stops hating on us with terrible streams.
They definitely.
We got a couple.
Super chat.
Super chats came in. Mayo Riot, $10 super chat. Poppy. Shout out to Mayo Riot.
That's for you. That's for you.
Dave Reezy, $2 super chat. Cog branded Depends got more storage than PS5.
Yo.
That's wild.
That's wild, crazy.
Yo, that is it. We
all right, everybody enjoy your Sunday. I'm about to see if
rating no one because
there ain't nobody because I got to go watch 49ers and see if I'm going to be upset for the rest of the
doing better than the Jets. That's it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, y'all enjoy your Sunday. We about here.
Peace.
Peace.